Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Lisa. I'm the Self Mastery Princess, and of course, you guys asked for it. I delivered. I have my wonderful friend back on the channel. I can't even introduce him because he's so amazing. So I have to let him go ahead and tell him who you guys are.
Awesome. What's up, you guys? It's Ikechi Ukazu, personal financial educator and also an inspirational speaker. I love making sure people are good with their money, but also good on the inside as well.
Yes. So guys, we are coming back with another video. Do you want to tell them the topic?
First of all, I like how we're matching, which is really cool. So we're going to talk about dating in 2023.
Yes.
Some things we've learned on our own dating journey.
Yes.
I don't even know her status. So we're about to find out. And learn my status as well, but
Yes, okay, you're like making me open up. See guys, I'm growing because they know. I talk a little bit about relationships, but yes, dating in 2023. I am single, I am dating, I am excited about it.
This feels like
I know, right? But hey, you gotta be able to be single to find the right one.
Exactly.
So I've dated in the past, and I have dated in the past. And how about you?
I've never dated ever. No, I'm joking. Currently dating right now, but also waiting.
Yeah.
So I'm in a time of like prayer and everything, because I want to make sure that I'm intentional with my dating.
I'm in the same boat. I think dating and waiting is a major key. You guys know I love Jesus on this channel,
Right,
so just adding that spiritual component,
For sure.
I think is really important when you're seeking the one.
Right. I mean, there's so many ways we can go with this, right? Talking about like high value, how to attract a high value, woman or a man for you. And I think the first thing that we can definitely talk about, however you want to switch it up, is like basically you have to basically be your best self.
Yes.
Right? I think that you attract who you are.
Yes. And I think, coming from a female's perspective, I think that's one thing I will say is that you gotta work on you. You gotta be the best you. You're not serious about dating if you're not in the gym minimum 5 times a week. That's just a fact. Like, you can't be saying you want something just like anything else we want to acquire. If we go to college, we read about the courses, we pay the fees. The same thing when I think about dating. You need to, number one, be the best you. Number two, you need to learn that person and what does that person want. I think a lot of the times with dating and attracting, we get so honed in on what we want in our list and all of this, we forget to mention that there's a whole nother human being with their ideas, their values, their wants, and everything like that.
I think adding to, I think you shine best. Whenever you shine best, you attract the best of what you're looking for someone else. So for me, in my experience, I've attracted my best people that I've dated as far as like, whenever I'm just on my purpose.
Yeah.
And I think self-mastery is a part of that as well.
Of course.
I remember when I was in an officer position, like there was a lot of eyes on me or whatever. So, and that's why I had a really great relationship come out of that experience. But I wasn't even searching for it because I was focusing on just being the best version of me. And it still happens now. I'll just be doing whatever and just like, talking to people or whatever. Funny. I actually did meet somebody at the networking event. Anyway,
nice.
No, but that was
it's the flow.
When you put yourself out there and you're just kind of focusing on being the best version of you, and I think for me, if I'm going towards a path that God has for me, then I know that's a very beautiful path, and He's going to have things that He's going to allow my gifts and talents to shine in different ways. So as long as those gifts and talents are out there, I know it's going to attract the right people.
Yes, and I think there's such an element of, if you're talking about how to attract, your dream guy. I would tell ladies, be your dream girl. Like, do things for you, keep yourself up for you. Let it be who you are. Work on your intangibles. I think so many, especially in this time, we're so caught up on the external.
Right.
We don't spend that same amount of time on an internal. And you guys know me, I'm a glamour girl. Like, I'm the whole dressing, makeup, hair,
Right.
all of that. But the same amount of time I spend in my physical appearance,
Right.
I spend reading, personal development,
That's it.
growth,
That's
and
it.
all of those things.
That's it. I know. That's what I'm looking for in a girl. Like, I want someone who's like on her purpose, you know? And that's everything you're talking about, who's on a grind, who's doing what she has to do. And not to say that all the stuff she's talking about, because it works for guys as well, the self-mastery, I feel like it's work that it's almost like loving yourself, right?
Yeah.
So it's not, if it ever seems like work, I think you should always look at it and see like what you're doing and how you're approaching it. But what you're saying, I'm looking for someone who's like trying to do what she's doing and being the best version of herself, working on herself, going to the gym, however that manifests. She's reading books, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I know that she's constantly improving herself and constantly like chasing the best version of herself. That I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna be attracted to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we gotta give the people they wanna know.
Right.
The ladies wanna know, how do they attract a high value man? What do they need to, what's the first thing they have, the top 3 things, like that's just off the top.
Okay.
You gotta give them, give it to them.
Number 1, I think you said it first and foremost. You know, be on your purpose. And that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're trying to be the best, we've already talked about it. If you're being the best version of yourself, you're gonna attract the best quality person.
Yeah.
That's number 1. I don't know, give me some more. What else? What did you guys?
I'm not a guy. You have to tell me from the guy.
For me, I'll just give you mine.
Your own.
I'll give you mine, what I'm looking for.
Yes.
I think I want someone who's, it feels like I'm doing a dating video right now, but somebody who's trying to, bring peace into my life.
Yes.
So definitely for me, someone who's also like focused on like therapy and stuff like that. Because someone whose life has given us so much crap, right?
Yeah.
So much stuff. And someone who's not dealing with that, it's going to be hard for her to bring her baggage into my life, so I have to carry it myself. I want to take care of her, but also there's only so much I can do with my life. So I want someone who's constantly taking care of herself and bringing peace into my life. And like I said, so I'll say purpose, peace. There's another P I could throw in there. I don't know.
How important is the attraction?
Oh, that's very okay. We'll give it 3 P's.
We give it
No, let's give it purpose, peace, and passion. Let's go.
Okay.
Those are 3 P's. So purpose, peace, and passion. So the outer, I would say, actually, I love the way this is working out. The passion is going to be the last part for me.
Yeah.
Because I know that attractions can fade over time. I'm looking for a lifetime partner.
Yeah.
I think that's what all of us right now are looking for, what's on the outside. And let's be real. The money, all how they look, whatever, that stuff is not going to get you through the hard times. So someone who's working on themselves, who's working on how they can, of course you want the passion, but I think they have to have the purpose, the peace, and then the passion be the last one. I love the way this is working out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
So what is their comment on that?
I think that's really important. I think that attractiveness, it's someone's radiance.
What is attractiveness to you?
To me, I think when, like you said, for me, just the leadership quality. To me, my mother and father, they've been married for over 30 years. And, I've had the opportunity. I'm 28.
That's awesome.
Yes, so I'm the baby, and all, brothers, cousins. I've always been around just, men who are leaders and have that executive power.
Right.
To me, when I see a man, especially a young man who has a vision, who knows what they want, who is just determined, that is extremely attractive. Awesome. Because to me, I think you talk about, like you said, we're not talking about, I know a lot of people, money, cars, that's cool. Right. But what's really attractive is when you're going through something and you have somebody there that has you. Someone you can depend on. And I think that's really important for me because leadership is not something that everybody can rise up to.
Here's the thing when it comes to leadership, and I love how we're talking about relationships, but I think leadership is a part of it too, because I know that for me, whenever I'm starting a relationship, like I want to be a leader, but leading not in the sense of domineering or anything
There
like that.
we go.
As far as just chasing the vision that God has put before me in my mind, and that's to inspire people, that's to help people with their finances, and I see myself, and it feels, please don't think I'm trying to like sell myself to the, I feel like,
This is a safe space.
please.
This is a safe space.
Okay, but as far as like the vision that I see myself doing, like I want somebody who I can partner with, and you know, eventually the vision is that I'll be doing the financial stuff and talking about it, and I want my lady to be like right there with me talking about it.
Yeah.
And so it could be like a partnership.
Yes,
if you-
yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes.
But I think same thing with you, because your guy has to work with the vision that you're doing as well.
Yes,
With the
yes,
self-mastery.
yes,
How does that
yes.
look like for you?
You know, for me, I think I agree with you when it comes to partnership. And a good leader is someone who knows how to be a great follower.
Yes.
So for me, as I see my future in, you know, building legacy, generational wealth, and, you know, going into the space of, you know, building this channel to what it may be, I'm looking for a person that can help me with that, you know?
What it's gonna be. I know she has confidence, but I'm gonna say what she wasn't gonna say.
Yes, you know, somebody that can, you know, because here's the dynamic. You think about the masculine and the feminine. The masculine is all about the get it done, the structure. The feminine is the fun, it's the flow, it's the, you know. So I think I'm looking for that to take, because you need that structure.
Right.
It's the difference between making money and keeping money.
Okay.
And that's where I think that partnership comes into
That's
play,
beautiful.
that yin and yang
That's
energy.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's what I like. And I think
That's
in
right.
our society today, everybody is so, you know, focused on these surface-based things, like, you know, and it's like, no, I want a relationship where it seems like we just dated after 30 years.
That's good. You know,
Yeah.
and I want to talk about that too, because I think you talked about that feminine and that masculine energy, right? Sometimes what I've seen is like a lot of, I want a girl who's gonna lead, but also not like boss me.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
almost like in her masculine, and also you don't want a guy who's in his feminine. It's gonna be like, you know, I don't know what that looks like, but just like, you know, maybe just like who's all about just like laying down and doing nothing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's a beautiful way to express. We'll talk about this, how to express your masculine and your feminine qualities. You know what I'm saying? For ladies to express their feminine qualities. For masculine to be a leader, to inspire. I believe this really really important, to inspire your woman with the vision that you have.
Exactly.
Not to tell her. The telling is okay, but if you can give her a vision and excite her about it, I think that's what's going to attract her to wanting to go, you know, the way you
See,
go.
and the thing is so funny being a, you know, African woman, and when there's proper leadership, submission comes naturally.
Come on.
And I think that's the thing, you know, I think a lot of things I hear on this here internet that we have, it's, you know, it's quite funny to me, because when someone has I mean, think about these leaders, you know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Barack Obama. We submitted, when Obama was running, we submitted to his vision. We submitted to the hope. Why? Because we seen, you know, someone from our community coming up. He didn't tell us to, you know. I mean, in my home, my family was crying real tears when he announced he was president. What is that?
Yeah. And same thing, you know, we just celebrated Martin Luther King Day. It's an inspiring vision that you can see yourself in that vision.
Correct.
So it's not just about, oh, I want to make $1 million. It's like, okay, how do I want to do this, and how can my lady fit into that? And also vice versa for you. If you have a vision of what you're doing and creating and inspiring, how can your man fit into that vision with you? How can you guys bring your visions together and create something even more beautiful? Yeah, but I think what you're saying too, continue.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. And I think a lot of the thing why we don't attract what we want, we're not honest. We think that it's so out there that, for example, you know, if you're on a date and somebody asks you what you're looking for, you say, yeah, I'm dating for marriage. But you'll say, oh, I'm just going with the flow. And then you want to get upset because it turns into up the flow, a creek with no paddle.
Let's talk about that. I mean, because you talk about self-mastery, and this, I love the premise of this channel. when you start to discover yourself and become self-aware,
Yes.
you become aware of your value
Yes.
and stating your value. And then, okay, this is I'm putting who I am on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna settle for anything else.
Nothing else.
Right?
Yes.
So I mean, if you know your price tag, I'm not saying you girls are worth, billions and billions of dollars. But if you're saying, marriage is your $1 million thing, you're not gonna settle for, I don't know, a $10,
Yes,
a $10,
yes.
fling or whatever
Yes.
it is, right?
Yes.
You basically you're asking for what you're worth.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And then let me ask you this, from a male's perspective.
Sure.
How honest are guys when they're saying, yeah, you're on the spot.
Good.
Yeah,
good,
like
good.
when they're saying, like, let's say a guy's like, I'm just focused on my money right now. I'm just trying to build a bag.
This is good. We're
How
talking about this.
how honest on a scale of 1 to 10? Because
So I have a lot of guy friends, of course. This is great. So, man, what I will use discernment. You know what I'm saying? That there's a lot of pressure. And I'm glad you guys are here, and this is actually good. And I'm trying to hopefully protect some of my sisters out there. There's a lot of pressure for guys
yeah,
to be with women.
yeah,
Many women.
yeah,
Right? And when they're after that, they'll say whatever they have to say in order to get the end goal. Their end goal is very short-lived.
yeah.
So I think one thing that women have to realize is to watch what they're doing,
Yes,
not so much what they're saying.
yes,
Actions always speak louder, and I think one thing we can use more, especially in this dating process, having patience to let those actions show through. Because who they are, who they say they are on the first or second date, you may see on the third date, okay, this is not even the person. But you've already said in some of these scenarios, I want to be with this person, this, blah, blah, blah. You're all excited, kind of slow it down, see if you can, maybe talk to a friend or whatever.
yeah.
Bring some of those emotions back so you can see who they really are with their actions.
Yeah. And I think that's so important because I think sometimes as ladies, we may get to want something so bad that we're like, we'll take anything. And it's like, no.
And don't. I've seen that too. I've seen
yeah.
I like that we're talking about. I've seen a lot of, from what I've seen, just a lot of girls date like beautiful women. And it seems like they just settle for this like random guy. I don't know.
And it goes back to skipping the self-mastery.
Right.
Skipping that part because it's almost like if you don't know your value, and I believe every human being is innately valued. That's why I always chuckled at the whole high value man and woman. I think we're all high value in ourselves. But if you don't recognize that, you can't expect anybody else to come in and kind of look out for you.
Exactly.
You have to be very well aware, and this is a part of self-mastery. And I've done this exercise where I'm well aware of my strengths, my weaknesses. I'm well aware of, do an overall assessment of who you are. Know that, okay, this is what I bring, this is who I am, this is the type of things I can do, and this is how I feel, I can get. When you look at a new product, Apple, iPhones, they do these things. They test the phones, they assess it, they try it in the marketplace, and then they put a price on it. I can't go into Apple and say, oh, this is ridiculous, it's a recession, how can you be charging $1,500 for a phone? They will escort me out.
Yeah. And I think one thing, iPhones or whatever, they don't have to, like a Ferrari does not have to market itself.
Thank you.
Because it's intrinsically valuable. And, when I see a girl who's in her purpose, doing what she has to do, she's an amazing example of that. She doesn't have to put that much, she doesn't have to do. Her value speaks for herself. And likewise, whoever's watching this, like if you're shining at the best, like I was reading, you're the light of the world. Jesus said that in those words. When you're shining, when you're doing what you have to do, your happiness is gonna sell for you. It's gonna shine. If I see a girl who's like, in a community doing amazing things, reading books or whatever, or just out in the community, like that is so attractive. And she's not saying she's not having to say I am high value. and you see this on the flip side for guys, I am an alpha male. If you have to say
if you that's the
be an honor.
yes, I agree with that. And now since we're talking, let's talk about some things that automatically disqualify you from I'm gonna just throw a couple disqualify you from the whole dating game.
Okay.
Booty pictures on Instagram.
You're talking about guys doing that?
No, you looking at a girl. She has the booty pic.
Okay.
Yeah, you're dating her, you're liking her, but you're seeing these booty pics on the gram.
Yeah. So, I mean, look. Okay, and I'm being totally real. I'm a guy. We're gonna get all, and I'm still in the process. We're gonna see what we see and be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But we know that's not gonna be something we can get with for a long time, you know, like so. Yeah, so I think that is something that definitely disqualifies. That's not wifey material.
Okay. How about this?
Okay.
Liking this girl, y'all go out, listen to some music, Afro beats, whatever.
Yeah.
She hitting the hookah in the Casa.
No, I can't. Okay. I want, for me, a girl that can just let go. And this is I mean, you may get some guys on this show. A girl can just let go, like just be in the moment. For me, dancing is important. You know what I'm saying? So having somebody who can just like
have fun.
Yeah, have fun. Yeah.
So you're good with the hookah and the Casa.
Nah.
Ladies, don't say I ain't give y'all gems. Ladies, stop doing that. Stop doing it because I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people missing out on their person because
Okay, let's talk about that. So hookah. I'm not gonna put a hard pause on the hookah. That's what she says. Okay. But the clubbing, though, let's be real. I don't want.
You don't want that Megan.
I don't want a girl. See, nah, man. For me, this is all my opinion. Take this and pray about whatever I've talked about. But a girl who's like, when she's going out to the club and staying out, all night. I don't know. Because the kind of attention she's drawing in there, especially if you're going to a club, like I don't want to have my girl in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. And again, this is what I tell you guys.
It's almost like the whole Instagram thing.
Yeah.
That's just okay. So I know the same kind of fit that I'll see a girl on Instagram. That'll be the same thing that like happened when she like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I can't. Yeah, she looks good, but you can't do much. You can't build anything off of that. And I think to bring it all the way back, like, is the outward appearances. That's always going to be attractive to you, but you have to realize that can you build something with that long term?
Yeah. And I think that's important. And I think I always like to say, like, on this journey, some of these things you might not know. You might think it's cool, and in the world it looks good, it looks normal, everybody's doing it. But if you are wanting certain outcomes, you have to listen to what your target audience may be. So if you are going out, taking these pictures, you have to keep in mind
what you're gonna attract. And I'm so grateful, I've had African aunties, mothers.
I can't get away with too much. That's always been in my life. So there's always been a limit and a line. And I know a lot of people don't have that. And that's why I want us to have this platform and to be honest so that you're aware if you're dating and you want to show up in a certain way, it could just be that. You could be a great person. And there's nothing against the people who go out and have a good time, but we can't, I know people hate to say this, don't judge me. The thing is, life judges you. I can say I don't want to be judged. But if I start eating everything, my genes are going to judge me when I put them on.
Life will give you what you
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So you just.
Your results will show. I mean, yes. Okay. So love yourself and everything, but also know that for whatever you put out there, there's going to be a certain response.
Yes.
God, this video can go on for another.
I know.
You do like 30-minute videos?
I usually don't. You're like the longest video I had, so this is kind of just something where we're just building on. But yeah, this video could go on for long, but we're just giving you our opinions. Let the people know where they can follow you.
For sure. Definitely follow me on Ikechi. She'll probably put the link there, but Ikechi Yukazu. I have my own website. I also started putting scripture meditations on there as well. So
I love that.
Yeah. So it's like you can basically, I'll read a scripture with you and then also have you kind of just meditate and think about it, how you can implement it in your life. I also have like poetry and stuff on my website too, as well as financial tips.
Thank you so much. And just to add too, if you're a spiritual person, don't feel ashamed of talking about that as you're dating. Because this is the same thing. People want to be saying, and I know we always do this, but it came to me when you were saying that. People want to be saying what God has put together, let no man say. God didn't put that together. And then you want these benefits of the union. You want these benefits of the covering. But as you're dating people, you're not open and transparent of the importance of the spirituality.
Yes. And and I say this, we're all in a process. No one's perfect when it comes to this walk with God, but keep that first. Keep that first. Know that nothing else will satisfy. There are people who have the beautiful Instagram things, but behind the scenes they're suffering because they're not right with Him. So make sure that's right. You know what I'm saying? And as you go into a relationship, keep that first as much as you possibly can. Know that that'll, in the long run, that'll pay off.
Yes, definitely. I was just my little 2 cents, but you guys know who I am. My name is Lisa. I'm the Self-Mastery Princess. Thank you so much for coming back. And we will see you guys in the next one. Drop in the comments what you think about this, what you want us to talk about, and we'll take it from there. See you guys in the next one. Bye.